Welcome back, everybody, to Maniacal Music Musings. I'm your host, as always, Jeremy, and, you know, I'm broadcasting live from the Crossroads Inn. Fucking spirits everywhere, man. Fucking spirits everywhere. I've been down with the wicked shit since I met a virgin witch. I know you're saying, what? A virgin? Nah, man, that didn't last long. She became one of my Devil's Hole girls, and I showed her the big revolution. Yeah. Let me introduce my co-host, though. You're probably saying, who is it? Well, she's got back from space because, Mars needs women. She said everything is boring here and came back to Earth to join the werewolf woman of the SS. She called me and said, I'm a werewolf, baby. And bitch, I'm sexy, all furry like. Well, the strong will continues since I resisted her and just used my pen and paper to sketch her nude, just like Leo. As we enter the OnlyFans community, we stay friends. Jaimie motherfucking Fuller, baby.
Hey, how's it going? I was gonna say, can't keep me long. Mars needs me. I got places to be after this podcast.
Mars needs, well, I don't know. Is it Mars needs women or Mars needs moms?
Mars, period. Come on now.
uh, well, folks, your musers are back once again for the first of a double feature show this week. You're welcome. And for this episode, we have a returning guest who I totally forgot to put in the calendar, so that's why we're doing it on Monday. But because I think it literally came through the same time that tomorrow's guest came through, so I was like in the middle of 5,000 things. But anyway, the return of Joe from the I Don't Know show with Joe.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of furries, but
I'm an insane clown panda.
It's better than being a sad panda. But well, you all know Joe by this point, so we don't need to do the whole introduction thing. Well, beyond the point just did. But what album did you want to bring forth this time, Joe? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm truly curious on this one. Why?
I chose. It's called Distant Relatives. It's a collaboration album between Damian Marley and Nas, and it's one of my favorite albums. It's an awesome, basically perfect album in my opinion. I'll see what you guys think, but I really love it. It's got a lot of good guest appearances. Besides for Damian and Nas, you got Kane on a couple of tracks. You got Lil Wayne on there. They sample Amadou and Mariam. It's like awesome. I saw that you hadn't done any Damian Marley. I didn't see any reggae really. I saw you did a Nas album, so I thought this would be a good intro. I love Damian's voice and his style of reggae, and just a good, really cool fusion between reggae, hip hop, and African music. I think it works really well together. Also, like a lyrics guy, really good lyrics on here. Kind of cool social commentary with like a kind of highbrow intellectualism. Yeah, I just really enjoy it. I could listen to this all day long.
Jamie, I'll let you go first.
How you say that though? I'm not gonna disagree. I didn't know when I went to this album. Of course, saw Nas, so I knew something. But as soon as I started playing it, I was like, "Damn, okay, all right." You got my attention, and it kept my attention, and it kept my attention. And so the way I rate my albums is out of 5 stars, and it's a 4.7 for here. So we've got a whole 5 list. We got an honorable mention. I was damn pleased with this album. So it is in my library, officially downloaded, so I can do it online too. Don't fuck with my music on the road, folks.
Well, let's see. The funny thing is, I was about a week ago, or maybe even 2 weeks ago now, in the middle of making a Nas bracket, and Nas's top 100 songs bracket, because I didn't want to do all the freaking lives and remixes and blah blah blah. But so I actually knew this album existed because I put a few tracks from it in that bracket. So I was like, oh, he did an album with Bob Marley's son? Never knew that. Okay. Interesting fact. Lo and behold, when you sent me this album, I'm like, Well, ain't that a son of a bitch? Karma comes around. Karma comes around, I guess. I guess I'm gonna be forced to listen to this now, and not just a few select tracks that are in the bracket. So I was like, all right. I'm like, it's Nas, so I know. I'm like, it's Nas. I know what to expect. It's Damian Marley. I don't know him, but I know what he does. So I'll jump into it and see what's going on here. And honestly, I didn't hate it. I did not hate it. That's for damn fucking sure. It just, it's not my type. I mean, I like reggae. And you want to say there's been no reggae albums brought on? I've brought Cottonmouth Kings, but, uh, but I mean, they do some reggae selections, but I didn't hate it. It was enjoyable. When Nas came on, I really enjoyed it.
Mhm.
When it was Damian Marley, maybe I wasn't stoned enough. I don't know, but I mean, it's the Nas lyrics, the Nas flow is fucking always enjoyable, and he did some really good verses on these fucking tracks. I'm not gonna lie, like it may
Mhm.
be some of Nas's best work I've ever heard, but and that's saying something because New York State of Mind is incredible as a former New Yorker, but. That's the only thing I could really, 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 really hate it on. I swear to God, I'm like, is this the BLM like fucking anthem album? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's the first thing I thought of. But like, this is a fucking anthem album for BLM. Like, oh my God. I'm like, when did this come out? Like 2010? I'm like, no, wait. I'm like, well, precursor. But I don't know. It was a little. I mean, I get it. It was a little too political for me. And personally, I like some political stuff if it's like Surge or System or
Yeah.
I guess even Offspring, like to some degree. I like when it gets political like that. But I can't. Rappers going political is something I really am not a huge fan of. It was always Eminem's worst tracks when he tried to go political. Fucking fucking Mosh.
I kind of like
Oh
Mosh
my.
though, but I agree with you.
I,
It's not as
I
good as his good songs for sure.
I mean, ICP goes political too sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, but at least when they do it, it's funny. But and it's usually about killing politicians. So, man, who could hate that? So,
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to rate this album, though, I mean, it could easily get a 4 out of 5 stars for me because for Nas solely, because his parts were in fucking incredible, and I definitely have some tracks in this I put in my playlist, but it's just can I listen to this album over and over again? No, God no. But it took me a while to get through it. Honestly, it took me a while to get through it all because I was like, let the reggae shit end. Bring Nas back in, please, please. I'm like, I'm not drunk enough or high enough to fucking wanna sit there and listen to reggae for hours on end. I have to be on an island, drinking a rum out of a coconut to really enjoy reggae. So that's just me though. That's my hang up. I get that. But what were your top 5 songs? So I'm kind of curious about this for everybody because I think they're gonna be different for this album a lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, I love all the songs. I think this is a perfect album. The tunes are really catchy, very easy to dance and sing along to. The only thing I don't like is how some of the instrumentals keep playing for like a while after the song ends, and it makes it longer than it needs to be. That's my only real complaint about the album. But honorable mentions were Strong Will Continue, Friends, and Ancient People. And then I got into number 5, As We Enter. I think it's an awesome intro track. They just jump right in, high energy, awesome way to start an album. Then at number 4, I said Despair. Awesome beat. I love that they keep doing the sword sound after they say it. It's kind of funny. And then I love how like the verse switches up when Damien comes on and it kind of changes the flow. Africa Must Wake Up, I put as number 3. Love the chorus. Love when Kanan comes on. Same thing. Tribal War, number 2. I love Kanan's verse. It's awesome. And that beat is just fantastic. And then for number 1, I said Patience. I think Patience is like one of the best songs. Yeah, it's like the lyrics are just amazing. It's a Amadou Mariam sample. And Damien and Nas's verses are just beyond most rap songs in terms of lyrics. I think that it's up there. So that's my list.
We got some disagreements here, buddy, but we'll get to that in a minute. Jaimie, what were your top five?
Okay, well, I mean, we only agreed on a couple songs. So basically, I'm going to start off with my top five. My top five is My Generation. Number four, Land Promise. Patience. Number two, Strong Will Continue. But my number one was definitely for the exact same reasons that you were saying it for how it starts off the album. Great energy, very strong start. So As We Enter was my number because I couldn't choose any other favorites after that. So all my honorable mentions are listed the rest of the album. I'm gonna pull a Jeremy for once. I'm not gonna list them all and talk about how my heart's, all woven each song or have you. But I have to say, As We Enter was as soon as I number one, just because it started off so good. So and it kept me going throughout the whole album. So it's good, good
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's about time you pulled a Jeremy. Swing. But uh see, I had no honorable mentions for this. I got five. That's the best I could do. This is five. My number five was Count Your Blessings for the guitar part and the Nas part, uh, mainly. My number four was Strong Will Continue because it was a uplifting song. I kind of liked it. My number three was Friends because I liked the message behind it, and it was actually a pretty sick flow. So, and my number two was Nah Me. But I mean that song is just it's more Nas than Damien, definitely you could tell. And my number one, that was there from the fucking beginning because it's As We Enter because that is the most funky, awesome beat to start a fucking album off with. Even though I was slightly disappointed the whole album to continue that way, but still, one hell of an intro track. Oh my god! Like I was digging that first track and then just went to the second track and I was like, nah, man. But I can't complain. I can't complain. We've had worse. We've had way worse. So it was good. It was good. And Jamie, I guess it's time. I guess it's time for your album, Jamie. And I'm actually curious why you picked this one.
I'm really just loving how you're hating or acting like you're hating on this album, considering it's a choice that you would have used if you didn't go with yours. So the reason,
Uh, it was way down the list, but yes.
and let me I'm cutting out at all. I'm on a different type of Wi-Fi right now. I took off the video. You don't need to see all that anyways. My choice, I guess. We still have yet to do like a childhood album and a now album like we talked about before, but this kind of ties into some of that time for me. I know this is the 2010 album, but this is Rob Zombie, Hellbilly Deluxe 2. That man puts on a damn good show. I fucking love him. So this album was something that a few of the songs always stood out to me, but then it became about the artist and his stage performance. I don't like him at all. As a musician, how he fans, and I know that fans grab at him. I get that. I know that fans are excited at stuff. I just don't like the way he holds himself. But I love him as a director. He's very creative. I have respect for that. But like, there's something what Rob Zombie did for me back in 1998. So I probably give a lot more love to his albums than I should. This would be a 4.0 stars. So my album wasn't even as good as Joe's album. How dare I say that about myself?
There ain't no narcissist in you, my dear. But
Yeah,
what did you think of Mr. Zombie there, Joe?
I agreed that Rob Zombie is one of the best performers. I've seen him a couple of times. He's awesome. I can't wait to see him again at Rockville this year. This album, I wasn't too familiar with the songs. They all kind of sounded the same. It took me a few listens to get into, but after listening to a few times, there actually are some great songs on there. I do have five and a few honorable mentions, but they overall, there's a lot of songs on this album. Like, so at least half the album is kind of mediocre in my opinion, but the rest of them are quite good. So it's kind of a mix.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Jaimie. No, go ahead.
songs kind of blend together or feel the same, but ultimately there's some songs that kind of take you by surprise. That's why I like the album as much as I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jamie's not wrong. This definitely was on the list of possible albums this year. This was a very good year for music. I totally did not realize until I was looking for an album for this show. Oh my god, it was a really good year for music. Apparently, I had I had shitload of choices I wanted to bring, and shitload of choices I already brought. So I'm like, God damn it. I'll get into why I brought mine later, but I Zombie. I've never seen him live. I wanted to see him and Marilyn Manson's tour for years. Just never got a chance to. He seems like he'd be an amazing show to go see. I've never been a big fan of his music, though. Never been a huge fan of his music. I mean, Dragula is fucking amazing, always. And White Zombie is White Zombie. There's nothing you can do. Like, they're pretty damn fucking amazing. Thunder Kiss 65 is classic, legendary. But this album, I was excited for it for one track and one track only, and you'll see that in my top 5. But the rest of them are all new to me. So I mean, it touches on it's zombie, so it touches on a lot of topics I enjoy, and that's why I could like some of the songs. But yeah, they were very monotone, and like a lot of them ran together, like a lot. So, and some of them it's just like, okay, dude, we get it. Your band can play guitar. Move on to the actual song, please. Like, he got as bad as freaking Metallica with like the 20-minute guitar intro before the song starts. But
That bad, not that bad, but I see kind of like when's it gonna stop?
I mean, it's zombie, so I'm never gonna hate on him. I freaking love it. He made the better Halloween movies for 100% sure. But and his music has always been pretty good. I'm not gonna say he's ever been a favorite artist of mine, but his music has always been decent. I mean, if you're fucking heavy drinking out somewhere, then you definitely want some zombie playing on the jukebox. That's for damn sure, because it's that fucking raging music. But what were your top 5 songs in your own album, Jaimie?
Well, I'll start off with the honorable mention for the guitar. Probably the song that you might have got annoyed with, maybe not sure, but Burn was one of my. I felt I was gonna put it in my top 5, and then I ended up saying, you know what? No, it's my honorable mention. The number 5 song that I chose though is one that I'm like, this is still going. Is The Man Who Laughs.
Mm.
I did enjoy that
That
song.
was never fucking ending.
And yep, that's how I felt. And number 4 is Werewolf Women of the SS. That was entertaining to me. I can just see some of his stage workings in my head as I'm listening to his music, so it gets entertaining on my end. Because then I think of it something better, something a little more interactive, something that's not so show me all your old woman titties. Because I swear to God, if I have to see another lady's pair of titties that's over the age of 45, I'm gonna go nuts. I'm sorry, ladies. I am hitting the age of 40 myself this month, but stop with the boob show at Rob Zombie. We're over. I'm there for the music. My number
Speak,
3.
speak for thyself.
Well, I wasn't talking about all titties. I was just talking about some titties. Anyways, number 3. Maybe this should have been my number 1. Maybe. I don't know. But it's Sick Bubblegum. I feel like that kind of makes some sense. I like that song. Number 2, strong damn start to the album. Jesus Frankenstein, let's go. I feel like that's a fun song. Just kind of got me going. All right, this is why I'm into zombie. But number 1, as I mentioned before, is that Mars Needs Women, and I feel like that was such a song that I was catching myself singing to. Every time I had to get up from my desk to go to the printer and go pick up something at my office today, I'm just like humming to it. I know nobody knows what the hell I was listening to, and that made it even better. But yeah, it was a great album to enjoy to myself and have my own little jam session and look like a weirdo with my earbuds. But I mean, like I said, 4.2 out of stars on this one. I know there's better ones out there, but he did good on this.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Hellbilly 1 is better, but that's
I'm not
I've yet to hear
disagreeing.
I've yet to hear that whole album either. I don't I keep trying to think, Dave, like, have we had that album on this show? And I'm like, I can't think if we did or not. I feel like Chancey did bring it, but
Another pick of mine in the future. Then I might go Rob Zombie trend here. Just
I'll, I'll have to check the master list, which actually you both have copies of. So, but I'll have to check the master list. That's why I fucking made it, because I can't remember shit. But Joe, what were your top 5 for Rob Zombie?
All right. Let's see. So I picked 3 for honorable mention: Sick Bubblegum, Everything Is Boring, and Burn. And then for number 5, I chose Michael. I thought that was the most different sounding song on the album. Interesting tune, kind of like an impending doom kind of tune.
I was trying to think when I was hearing that song. I'm like, trying to think back. I'm like, wait a minute, did Halloween 2 that he did come out in 2010? Did he use this song in the fucking movie?
I wonder.
Because I feel like, I mean, when I see him write a song called Michael, I'm thinking Michael Myers immediately. But
Oh, true. Yeah,
I don't know.
it had a cool solo on there too, kind of like a bluesy, jazzy solo. For number 4, I chose The Man Who Laughs. Yeah, the first couple of times I definitely hated it because it never ended, but I'm like, but it was really good. Had great instrumentals on it and kind of a cool montage of different stuff. I enjoyed it. Number 3, I chose Werewolf Women of the SS. Awesome title. Great song, really fun song. Number 2, I chose Cease to Exist. That was a cool song. I don't know if he did this on purpose, but it kind of sounded like the Saw theme, the theme song for Saw. I don't know. That's what I heard in my head a little bit. And then number 1, I chose Werewolf Baby. It's just an awesome song. Chorus was awesome. The riff was awesome. That was definitely my favorite.
All right, so I actually had one honorable mention for this album. Actually, Jaimie, you're gonna be happy this week because I didn't really go crazy with any of these albums with as far as my song list goes. But I had one honorable mention for this album, and it was what? Because that was a fun song. That
Yes,
was
it
a fun
was.
song. The guitar on it was really good. My number 5 was Mars Needs Women. Gigantic red women. Like I don't know what the hell imagery he had in his head for that, but I'm like, I'm kind of picturing a John Carter of Mars type of vibe here, but okay. My number 4 was Werewolf Baby because that was fun. That kind of reminded me of Motionless in White's Werewolf song in a way. But my number 3 was, and I got a theme going here, but my number 3 was Werewolf Women of the SS because there is a whole genre of kind of horror films. They're called sexploitation films, and there's also a whole nother camp called women in prison movies. I have a bracket for both, but um, women in prison movies, there actually is a bunch of different movies in a series, and they all end with "of the SS" because it's all about women in Nazi Germany camps having to do things. So I haven't seen any of them yet, but when that bracket gets chosen, I will finally watch them and be happy. But Werewolf Women of the SS was a damn good song. I enjoyed the hell out of it. My number 2 was Everything Is Boring because it was almost like Serge Tankian in a way where like it was really like a commentary on reality, and I fucking love it. It almost reminded me of Lordy's Granny's Gone Crazy. Like it had that same theme. Like things aren't the way they used to be. But and then my number 1, no one fucking mentioned yet, and it pissed me the fuck off. My number 1 was the reason I wanted to pick this album on my list because it was a it was a song in the songs about serial killers bracket, and that is Double Hole Girls and the Big Revolution because it's all about Big Papa Charlie Manson and one of my favorite historical figures. So
I mean, I really should have done a lot of mentioning more than honorable mentions. I probably should have put that song as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, plus my others. That is a good song. I don't know why I didn't even think about that one on this. So my bad. But yeah, great. That is a great choice, Jeremy.
I mean, yeah, because actually, when it almost is to me, it's almost like a sequel to Dracula. It has the same like feel to it.
It has, yeah, that follow up, keeping the vibe going. Not necessarily sequel, but like Yeah. I don't know. I know what you mean though. I have vibes. Just like the man who laughs. I was wondering why today I got the song from Lamb Chop. This is a song that never ends. Got stuck in my head today. Kind of wondered why. Now I know somebody that sang it Saturday, but I'm singing this Monday, and it's because of my number 5, which is the man who laughs. And so I had to listen to that song on my way home from work today because it's a great song.
I had to listen to this. I had to listen to Moses' album on my way home from work today because my damn work computer wasn't working. I was getting it fixed by the IT guy for like the first 3 hours of the day. So I was that's why it took me so long listening to fucking Nas and Damien's album because I was fucking like I'd get through like half a track and you come back to do something else because my headphones were not working. Like they still are not working. Like it registers are there and it does register there and it goes back and forth. It's like what the fuck? He replaced the computer, he replaced the freaking headset, he replaced everything and it still doesn't work. I'm like what the fuck's going on here? Is it just Spotify? Like I don't know. Actually,
But
ooh, yeah,
back,
maybe I should
no,
uninstall Spotify and reinstall it. Maybe. But yeah, and yeah, the man who laughs. Like I didn't want to put that on my list because I was just like, this. I mean, it had some fucking amazing moments. That when it goes to like that jazzy music, then you're like, oh, it's over. And then it blasts in with some guitar. Like a minute later, it's
Yeah.
like it's not over. And the guitar in it was pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm like the whole time, like, did he write a fucking theme song for the Joker? Like, did he write a theme song for the Joker? That's what I kept thinking the whole song.
he's just showing right then and there what more talent he's got. But no, that was one of those really the lingering effect of it really gives texture to it, and I think that's where the theatrics with Rob Zombie comes through. But I caught myself giggling, and I know that somebody looked at me at work really weird, but I was laughing at that song because it was just like you clever little shit. I go, okay,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Zombie writes theme songs nowadays for a lot of like IPs, and he just doesn't want to like say the names, but he just freaking like goes around it.
yeah,
And I don't know. If I had to rate this album, I could honestly give it a 3.5 out of 5. I wouldn't go any higher than that though. It's just it's not it's not peak Zombie. It just isn't. I mean,
Yeah.
Devil's Whole Girls is like the saving grace for the whole album in my opinion.
any of
But
us zombie. I'm just saying that's a good zombie and good zombie.
mm,
4.2.
I
Oh,
mean, in Werewolf Baby, I could see him easily bringing out Sherry Moon in like a werewolf costume. Like I would appreciate the shit out of that. So yeah, I just think I just made a panda very happy with that thought. But oh shit, we're making time today, folks. But well, this one might take a little while. So yeah, what album did I want to bring? You may ask, and I don't really care if you did ask or not, but you asked. So uh, I was looking at the 2010 albums, and I'm not gonna lie, there's an album I actually regret not bringing instead of this one. Because after listening to this album again, I'm just like, fuck, I should have brought the one I wanted to bring, which was Brother Lynch Hung's Dinner and a Movie. But
right.
uh what?
Are you gonna tell us?
I'm gonna tell you, but I will say this year had a lot of fucking good albums, and I almost brought fucking Cottonmouth King's album from this year again, just because I wanted to, because it would have matched the reggae perfectly. But I was like, nah. I got so much shit for bringing that album last time. But like literally, it's an ongoing thing to this day. If I between Chancey and another guest, but I I'm like, all right, you know what? I haven't brought these artists in a while. I'm like, let's bring a mixtape. I'm gonna bring DJ Clay's Book of the Wicked 2 mixtape because it came out in 2010 and all his mixtapes are pretty fucking good. And it features so many different artists on each one that's freaking amazing. So I'm like, I gotta bring this one. And this one was like definitely in the top 3 ones he did, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, because they're not all available on Spotify for some fucking reason. I don't know why. But they're not because Psychopathic has the rights to all those songs. So I don't know why they're not on there, but this one was on there, so I'm like, fuck it, let's bring it. And I mean, it's still a good album. Not gonna lie, I do not get as hyped about it as I did 15 years ago, but it's still a good album. But down here, Joe, because as soon as I put that on there, I could see, I will see your face without seeing it when you saw that album pop up. So, what do you think of Book of the Wicked 2?
It was interesting. I immediately thought, why? That was my number one question. It was on the one hand, it was a fun album. it was fun. Other than the gruesome skits, the actual songs were easy to and pleasant to head bop, and that was fun. It was like old school hip hop mixed with the vulgarity and violence of ICP. But like a bunch of the songs were like parodies or ripoffs. Like it didn't feel very original. So fun album, didn't feel very original. That's my kind of rating.
Well, mixtapes never are original. Just putting it out there. Mixtapes are never usually original. They're usually remixes and shit like that. But
Right.
Jaimie, what did you think of Step into Juggalodom?
Okay. Well, sorry if my internet's getting real bad. We got a storm coming here and I got crappy connection. Folks, I am here to give my mediocre on this one, Jeremy. I'm not mad at it and I don't dislike it. It's my library for sure. But it's a 3.2 out of stars for me. I was teetering between that and 3.5. I did enjoy and bopped to quite a bit of the songs, so I did find more in each song that I liked. Um, just flat out hating certain songs and like only liking a couple. So that's one thing I do like about it. I when I saw what you sent, I'm like, I wonder if I'm gonna like this or not. Like normally it's a oh, what do we got today? But it was actually had me interested that when we first now I can't get to all of my other apps while I'm on my but the start of each of our albums this week, I have to say that was probably my favorite part of each of the listens, the beginning of our albums. So 3.2 out of 5 for me on this. Ain't hating it, not hating it.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to do my own album this week, I honestly, oh, okay, I'd give it a 4.2 for certain songs, but overall, yeah, 4.2 works for me. It's so better than a lot of shit I've had to listen to in this show. I'll put it that way. But not tonight's show in general, but all the episodes put together. Thank you, Chancey. But yeah, and you're right. It's mixtapes are remixes. They are freaking rip-offs of other people's songs. That's what mixtapes are, especially in the Juggalo world. That's
Last
100% what they are in the Juggalo world.
shot for this because the mix of what Spotify is trying to do to my screen right now is that you keep saying it's a mixtape, but that's not what the album cover looked like. It was otherwise, eye appealing. But what it's doing is giving the mixtape from Guardians of the Galaxy and my Spotify library to the title of this album right now. So I took a screenshot because I thought that shit was funny. She keeps saying mixtape.
I mean, I will say I got two honorable mentions for this album. That's all I got. And the first one is what the hell was it called? The Wicked Show, because I forget who originally did that.
Dougie Fresh.
Yeah, Dougie Fresh and what's his
It's a
name?
direct ripoff, but but it was fun.
Yeah, yeah, but it's Anybody Killa with DJ Clay doing it. When the two of them do songs together, it's always joke songs and they're always fucking hilarious. So, and my other honorable mention,
We found what gets Joe going on why he said it was a ripoff. Like, I was like, oh, that's like,
yeah, because I mean it is a Dougie Fresh rip-off. I know it is. Like I didn't hear that. I didn't hear the Dougie Fresh version for years after this version, but as soon as I heard that version, I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, what the fuck? But my other honorable mention was Who Is It? Because that's another freaking hilarious song. And I mean, it's who does that? I forget who does that one. That one is that's ICP. And I mean, that's just them and DJ Clay fucking around. Which for those who don't know who DJ Clay is, he became Psychopathic's main DJ after Mikey Clark kind of like stepped away to do his own projects after the original Joker card set. So they found DJ Clay in Detroit and they just basically said like, all right, we're gonna give you a tryout on Shaggy 2 Dope's solo tour, and Shaggy fell in love with him. So basically, they just kept him on as the permanent DJ for a long time. Even when Mike Clark came back, DJ Clay still does his own shit, and he's still around these days. He's just Psychopathic's not doing shit these days because they lost other artists for different reasons. So they're not really doing shit. So he kind of does his own thing with other like unknown Detroit rappers once in a while. It's kind of hard to find a lot of shit he does on like Spotify, but I don't know if it's a thing between him and Psychopathic or what, but whatever. And My number five was Down with the Wicked Shit because that's like a typical. I mean, the beat was fucking amazing, and it's a typical like Juggalo posse song. Like it kind of gets you like all amped up to be a Juggalo, and they do that like on every album. But this one's a really good version of it. And Blaze You Dead Homie's always good. My number four was the last song heard because it's when Boondocks does sad songs like that. It's always good. He's a really good like he's a country rapper and he always does really good like sad death related songs. He's really good with the violent shit too, but he's really good with like just sad songs. My number three was Pen and Paper. I mean, for the same reason, and it was just DJ Clay. Like DJ Clay can rap too when he wants to, but Pen and Paper was actually a really good song. And my number two, and one of the two reasons I picked this album to begin with, is "Bitch I'm Sexy" because it's a remix of a Dark Lotus song. I can't think of the name of it right now, but We Danced. It's a remix of a Dark Lotus song called We Danced about them dancing with dead bodies in a cemetery. So, bitch, bitch, I'm sexy. Take off my pants. Like I fucking love that song. Like that song has so many good like one-liners in it. And my number one is a straight up remix of the original song that they did, and that's Crossroads Inn because that was on Twisted's Wicked album, and that's the original is fucking incredible. But this version is just the way they speed it up and had that like freaking bass beating in the back is fucking incredible. Like so, I love this version of Crossroads Inn. That was the main reason I wanted to bring this album because it's I already brought Twisted Wicked a long time ago, so I had to bring the fucking remix. But what were your top five there, Joe?
Yeah, so for honorable mentions, I chose Crossroads Inn and Who Is It. For number five, I said "Fuck the Radio" because "Fuck the Radio." It kind of sounded like classic ICP on that. I don't know who was on each song. I don't know, but that's reminded me of Insane Clown Posse.
Fuck the radio is well half ICP. It's Violent J and Bones Dub or AKA
Uh,
Young Wicked of well he's solo now but originally of Axe Murder Boys.
Gotcha. Number four, I did "Rock the Axe." Thought it was a good flow and kind of a good build up with the. I don't know what they were saying if they were going like jump jump in the back when they got to the end of each like paragraph or I thought that was a good line. Number three, I said "Down with the Wicked Shit." That was a really fun song. Good beat, good flow. Can't help nodding along. Um, Number two, I said "Pen and Paper." That was a really good song. Good beat, good chorus. And then number one, I said "The Last Song Heard." Yeah, it was just a really nice song. Good chorus, great verses, good flow. Last Song Heard. Yeah, great song.
What can I say? Boondocks has good suicide songs. He really does. But uh, I mean, his life was fucked. So I mean, that's why. But Jaimie, what were your top five for DJ Clay?
Well, okay, so out of 19 songs, I really did have a hard time choosing. I my honorable mention is Crossroads Inn. My number five, and this is similar to Joe, is Who Is It? Just how my listening started out for it. I felt like there was that quintessential ICP beat that you get, like you guys were saying in some of the songs. I probably recognized it the most in my number one, but the last song heard is my number four, and that just kind of gave me the attitude of where I was thinking this album was going to go to. So I did enjoy that song a lot. Number three, Rock the Avenue or Rock the Ave. Um, I
Rock the
probably
Axe.
what?
Rock the Axe.
Sorry, I can't read my own handwriting. Yeah, sorry, Rock the Axe. And I'm having internet issues, so I can't even pull up my dang list to where I can look at everything. So I normally look at the list. Um, number two, it was I don't know. I had a hard time deciding between number two and number one, but Hey Ho, because that's just my kind of song. Hey ho. But the number one for me is Down with the Wicked Shit. That was damn catchy, good beat, classic. Where I was expecting this album to go to at some point, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I mean, their mixed ICPs, EPs, and mixtapes are always hit or miss. It's just the way they do things. I don't. I mean, but the fact that they brought all pretty much the whole label. This is the whole label mixtape. It's not their mixtape. So I mean, everybody gets their own flair to get a chance to do a song on this. So the other ones are good too. I'll bring them eventually. I brought the original Psychopathics from Outer Space as like the second episode with Chansey or third episode. So I gotta bring the second volume two eventually. It's those are the best ones. The Psychopathics from Outer Space. It was before DJ Clay's time even, but they were fucking incredible mixtapes. But well, folks, shit, not even 45 minutes, and we got through 3 albums pretty fucking fast tonight. But what can I say? When you have someone been on the show before, things kind of go faster. That's just the way it works.
We just know the
Unless,
drill. We know what's up, and we know good music when we hear it.
well, unless it's the music god CJ playing, then we're here for 2 hours. But
Oh,
there's a reason he's the music god. There's a reason. But Joe, where can they find you?
Yeah, the I Don't Know Show with Joe, wherever you get your podcasts. Joe I Don't Know on X. That's where I am.
Yes, the one place he'll let me tag him. But Jaimie, where can they find you besides making people find out?
everybody just fuck around and find out. You might figure that out. You can find me, I'd say nowadays more than anything on the Book of Faces. I don't really mess around on the other stuff, but I do have an Instagram and the X out there. So if you find me there, I might not reply. You never know. It's like a little grab bag. You'll see what happens.
Who doesn't enjoy a fun grab bag? But you can find both your musers on Facebook. Just check out the page of Squatchy Largefoot, a bipedal Sasquatch trained by Arcturians who likes to promote our ship. Can't explain it. And you can find us on XX Baby and the Graham is that Juggalo Bastard. You can find us on Thick Talk, even though I haven't uploaded anything there in 2 years, as that Juggalo Bastard podcast. And yeah, I really got some advertising that because there's nothing there. But you can find us on YouTube as Maniacal Music Musings, the only place to find every fucking thing I've ever done for this show. So go there, watch it from the beginning. We could use the views. And come back tomorrow. We will be having. Did I really forget his fucking name? Rye Rivers, a pop artist turned country artist, which is the first part in a 6-part promotion we were doing with a record label. So we will be having actual musicians on for the next 6 weeks, like signed to a label and everything. So I think a lot of them are country. I don't know, but we'll get into it, and
God bless America.
and maybe you'll get to hear part of his new country single coming out May 30th. But till next time, have a good one, everybody, and keep musing on.
Whoop, whoop.
As I almost left the studio instead of hitting end.